Hello everybody, Merry Christmas and welcome back to another LEGO Marvel Superheroes review. So today we're going to be looking at set number 76196, the Avengers 2021 Advent Calendar. This set includes 298 pieces and retails for $39.99 when it released September 1st of 2021. This is the first ever LEGO Marvel themed Advent Calendar, and I think that they did a really great job. While I'm on a roll about talking about Marvel Advent Calendars, I think that next year we have to see a Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special Advent Calendar. It just needs to happen. If they release that, no doubt I'll end up getting it. The only reason why I bought this Advent Calendar in particular is because I got it $10 off at Costco, where they had pretty much most of the licensed Advent Calendars, minus the Harry Potter one at the time. From the very back, you can take a look at what we have as our layout, as well as some of the other details that are included within this set. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for the box, so let's open it up and take a look at our layout. Cutting our tape, we reveal the Avengers Helicarrier. I'm pretty sure that is what we're using as our layout for this Advent Calendar. We have a very nice big Avengers A, and we also have our Quinjet in the background. Very nice city skyline as well through that window. And of course, we have all 24 days spread throughout here for us to open. If you didn't hear within my LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar review I did yesterday, I will be conducting this video slightly differently, where I'll be looking at the minifigures first, then moving on to our builds in a kind of random order. Though if you would like to see me open all 3 licensed Advent Calendars in order, you guys can check out my Instagram link in the description below. Getting right into our minifigure selection, first we have Tony Stark, or Iron Man. This minifigure is exclusive due to the arrangement of parts. We get a brand new and exclusive torso print for this set with a sort of holiday Iron Man sweater here. You can take a look at the front where we have some small little Iron Man faces, some trees, and we also get his small core reactor in the middle, which is also a very nice touch. We get some dark red hands, still the same. And from the very back, you can see that we have his name printed on it, Tony, and we also get another one of those small little Iron Man heads. Other than that, we get some plain dark blue legs. Facial expression is the same from back in 2018 with a very nice smirk from the front, and you can also turn that right around to see a more angry face, which also has all of this blue electronic stuff for when you actually put on the Iron Man helmet, which I really hate this design. I wish that they would have given us the one from back in 2012, because I much prefer that one, because this one just doesn't do it for me. This is the comic style helmet, if you didn't know, which has the print from the front, and it is also the same one that they've been using for a bunch of other Marvel characters, and I just don't really care for this design. But other than that, we get a pretty nice hairpiece, which I really love getting this hairpiece for Tony Stark, and we also have some other smaller accessories, including some jetpack boots and some thrusters for his hands. We also get some additional accessories for his feet if you want to switch those out using a cone piece and a stud. And as I said, this minifigure also came with another helmet to put in place. For our next minifigure, we have Spider-Man, or Peter Parker, I guess. This minifigure is exclusive due to the arrangement of parts as well. Looking at his accessories first, so we can take a better look at his overall character. First thing that I just have to say, we get a churro right here, which is represented by one of these Technic axles in yellow, which I think is really interesting. We also get a plain white mug, and we also get this piece to use as a carrier for that said churro. So looking at the rest of Spider-Man's minifigure, we get some plain blue legs, no printing on those, but we get an exclusive torso piece, which is supposed to be a reference to Spider-Man Homecoming from the MCU. I'm kind of confused why they included it here, but still, it's really great to get this in a set. I also really love the Spider-Man logo from the very back. That's also really great to see that they put the LEGO group version of the Spider-Man logo from the very back. We get some teal arms, which is a pretty interesting color to get. Red hands for some gloves, and of course we get that classic Spider-Man face. Well, not exactly classic, because this is the one that's being used on most of the sets from this year 2021, where we get the print from the very front where you can see the eyes, and some more webbing from the very back of that headpiece. Possibly my favorite inclusion for a minifigure within the set has to be this version of Black Widow. This minifigure also came within 3 other sets, not counting this one. She comes with 2 accessories, being these translucent blue stick pieces, which is a pretty common accessory for Black Widow. One of them also features this, which is supposed to represent a marshmallow, which is kinda interesting, I guess. But looking at her minifigure overall, we get some very nice arm printing. I really love that they decided to include arm printing on her minifigure finally. I just think it looks really amazing. And this is, again, the first time that I'm getting this version of her minifigure. We get the torso print front and back, and also some leg printing there. I think that this figure is really well done. You can also take a look at the back printing, where we'll remove the hairpiece to take a better look at that. Facial expression is that Jen Erso head from back in 2016, so it's nothing really too special, but it is what they've been using for Black Widow. You can take a look at the front facial expression, and also the hairpiece is pretty nice, though it is a common city hairpiece to get at this point. We also get fellow Avenger Thor in this set, who is exclusive due to the arrangement of parts. He comes with another accessory loose here that I wasn't able to put in his hand, just being another one of these pieces. If you don't know how they work, you just put your minifigure's hand out like such, and you press down, and it shoots off into the distance, never to be found again. Other than that, we also get his hammer, which is another pretty common piece that we've been seeing since 2012, so it's nice to get another one here. As for the overall outfit for Thor, we get some gunmetal gray for the legs, as well as the torso print, and we also get some more silver for the arms and some black hands for some gloves. We also get the scarf piece, which is nothing exactly new. We've seen that before on other minifigures. Facial expression is from 2017, which is very interesting to see that they went back a little with that, where we have just a regular face from the front, and then we have one where he looks a little angry with the lightning in his eyes. I also really like getting that hair piece in that nougaty color, but taking off the under the neck accessory, here's a better look at the torso print, where you can see a little bit of his, what would be his cape here. He doesn't include a cape, he actually includes the scarf, which is really just to hide that little bit of the cape, of what would be the cape there. You can see a little bit of his ab protectors there, at least that's what I'm pretty sure what those circles are supposed to be. I don't really know exactly, but here's also a look at the back print, where you'll also see a little bit more of what would be the back of his cape if he did include an actual cape piece. We also get Captain Marvel in this set, which this is my very first time getting this particular version that came within the 4+ Avengers Tower. Now, one thing that I would have liked to see here would be that new helmet mold that they got within the most recent Summer Wave last year. I think that would have been really nice to add within the set, though I guess they just didn't want to throw it in because they already had a few other really big things within this set to make it worth it. But needless to say, we get the same exact accessories that we just saw for Thor. I'm not going to shoot those off again, it took a while to get that done. We get some leg printing leading up to the belt piece, up to the main torso, red hands for some gloves. Really love the torso print actually. I think that works very well for a Captain Marvel minifigure. But taking a look at the back printing, here's a quick look at that. Again, really great how this figure turned out there, but the facial expression, I don't really know if that exactly does it for me. That facial expression is the 2019 Princess Leia facial expression, if you weren't aware. Here's a quick look at the smirk from the front, and you can also turn that around to see a more angry look from the back. And we also get the Infinity War Black Widow hairpiece in that yellow color. I don't like getting yellow hair pieces, it just doesn't feel natural. I would have liked to see it in like tan or something like that, because that feels a lot more natural to what you actually see on screen. So yeah, that's really all that I have to say for Captain Marvel. And to go along with Captain Marvel, we have Nick Fury, who is exclusive only because he's wearing this dark gray beanie. Otherwise, he'd be the one from the Far From Home Spider-Man sets. He comes with one accessory being this walkie-talkie with a lever, which I guess this is to symbolize the thing that he calls Captain Marvel on. At least that's what I'm taking it as. Other than that, we get some leg printing, which is really great to see on this figure. Those are the Harry Potter Snape legs. Torso piece is exclusive to this particular version of his character. You get that little shield logo over there. You can take a look at the back printing with a few extra lines just to make out the back of his character. And we also get the printing from both the front and the back of his head right there. You get very nice knot sort of smile going on for Christmas time. You get his eye patch, which is the other print that we get from the other side. If you remove his hat piece, you can see the continuation of that strap from the very back of his head. And completing our minifigure lineup for this set, we have Bad Boy Thanos, who doesn't include a helmet. I would have liked to see them include that, but still it's nice to get a Thanos without a helmet. And this minifigure is exclusive only because he's not wearing his helmet. He comes with 3 accessories, one being this bag where he's trying to steal all the Avengers' presents, the other one being a smaller Infinity Gauntlet represented by this small golden gauntlet piece here, which is nothing new for representation of that. But the other thing that we actually got with him is this black stud to represent Cole. I really love that they included that. It's really funny. But taking a look at his minifigure overall, we get some torso printing, no leg printing. We get those golden hands for some gloves, I'm pretty sure. And we only get the printing from the front of the facial expression because it would be weird to have another facial expression because he's technically bald here without the helmet. Also, we get some back printing. Other than that, this is pretty much a minifigure that isn't really too desirable because he did previously come within a $10 mech set, which I even already own. Now that our minifigure selection is out of the way, it's time to look at all of the builds that we've gotten throughout all of the 24 days of this advent calendar. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is that we got another bag of these. Even in day 2, this is just really disappointing. I mean, I know some people like these, but why? I don't like these power blast thingies. Get a few of these and just the translucent blue. These are probably the only pieces from here that I actually take away from that I actually like, because you can give these as actual minifigure accessories. Otherwise, just why do we need these? I mean, it doesn't really go with anything else in here. It's just taking up piece slot. But something I am happy about is getting extras of all of these things, these small little paperweights in multicolored translucent blue, translucent orange, translucent purple, translucent red, translucent yellowish green, and translucent neon green right there. We got a bunch of infinity stones. I don't remember which ones are which off the top of my head because it's just not something that I think about, but gosh, this is probably the reason why most people are gonna buy this advent calendar, because you get all 6 of these infinity stones included, in addition to the mold for the actual Infinity Gauntlet here, which is really crazy. I put 1 of each on here, and this should be correct because I did follow what it said on day 24, because this is the very last thing, and it does show that this is probably the most desirable thing as being number 24. They also do recommend you plop this on top of the Christmas tree and also decorate with more infinity stones, because I guess they are indeed paperweights. You can toss them all around. If you don't get that reference, you guys should watch Disney Plus's Loki, because that was such a great show. But regardless, what I'm going to end up doing is removing that and just tossing this on the Thanos that I just recently got within the Avengers Endgame Final Battle set that released this year, because that set really needed this piece, and I don't know why it was included. I guess they wanted people to buy the advent calendar in order to get this to add on to your Thanos. Sorry if this keeps going in and out of focus. But we're going to talk about the Christmas tree. Again, we get those little slots for the Infinity Stone. You get the building on the side here. If you want to see how that is all done, you get those 1x1 bricks with the studs. And we also get this dish piece from the bottom to allow this to actually stand in motion. Another small Christmassy thing that we have here, which also comes with an extra stud. I don't know why it includes an extra stud. I mean, I guess it might be to show that this shoots out snowballs or something. I don't know exactly, but we have this small Iron Man snowman right here, which also has some guns for arms. I don't really like that in terms of Christmas, but I guess it fits the theme. We have that little reactor core in the middle represented by that 1x1 circular plate. And we also get the Iron Man helmet piece, which is the same exact one that we just saw with our Tony Stark minifigure, and just plain white. Would have liked to see the 2012 one, but you know, it doesn't really matter because this is just for Christmas display anyways, and snow is supposed to be a little bit more smooth than what we'll see for that other helmet, and you can also see what's underneath for this helmet piece. We also get a few various different present and stocking builds. Here's a giant stocking build, which I originally said that this uses a bunch of Lex Luthor colors because you have the purple and also the various different variations of green. It's just a really funny color scheme. I don't know exactly who this is supposed to go to. Maybe Loki? I just don't know. It's just such a weird color scheme for this particular set. It might just be green to be festive. Who knows? I do like getting these pieces in lime green though. And then we also get one of those hanging pieces if you want to hang this as like an ornament or something. We also get a present for Spider-Man, which features this spider piece off the top of it. Not exactly sure what to call that, but it does come in a few other various Spider-Man sets, and we know this is a Spider-Man present because it has that and also the color scheme of the blue and red. We have a small present for probably Captain Marvel because we have a little star on it, and we also have that color scheme of her outfit being the blue and the red, so I think that has to be a present for Captain Marvel. And we also get a small little reactor core, I guess, under a glass for Iron Man as a present. That's pretty cool. Nothing really too special though some extra parts to add to the bin. Moving on to some of the more stationary stuff. Of course, this can't be a Marvel superhero set without one of these fire extinguisher pieces, so that's a nice addition added to a clip piece. You also get a serving hand piece for this barbecue, which also has a chicken on the very top of it. Like the great pieces, you get some translucent orange for like the flames underneath there, and of course you can come and grab your minifigure of Black Widow and have her toast her marshmallow over the flame if you really want to. Speaking of barbecues, we have a hamburger build, which I think is probably one of our best hamburger builds here, or at least one of the best ones that I've ever gotten. You can see how we have this hole down here if you want to have your minifigure hold onto it. We have one of those horseshoe pieces at the top, and we have some yellow for the cheese and some green for the lettuce, and we also have the brown for the patty. As for the rest of this table build, I think it's pretty simple. I do like the building techniques, how we have this 1x2 and you just plop the studs right there. I think that works pretty well for what we're doing here. And we also get a translucent glass piece. We also get one of Iron Man's weird robot arm things, which is also happening to hold onto a stocking which has a reactor core at the top of it. I like getting another one of those pieces in a different color in red here, and of course you get all those different clip piece connections, so that then you can move this up and down and back and forth. I like this arm piece. I have never gotten that before, so that's pretty cool to add to this set. And we also get these Technic pieces down here just as like the movable feet, or at least wheels of this thing down here. We're gonna separate these two builds before we connect them up again, but we have this reef that's connected using some building on the side, and also this translucent blue rod for some apparent reason. They give us a clip piece, and then they give us another clip connection right there, and we only get this one other connection in this set. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it's if you want to place it on the other side of this thing, but I would have liked to see 3 things, because that would have rounded out this circle a little bit better than just having the 2 things included. Though, don't get me wrong, I really like that we get a wrapping paper station. We get some scissors here, a very nice accessory to give to your minifigures, and we also use this car door piece as an open wrapping paper piece, so that's also pretty clever building. But again, I just wish that there was a 3rd thing to round this out and make it look better than it does. We also get these clip piece connections in that sand blue, which I think is probably one of the cooler pieces included within this set. Moving on to the last category here, we have a few different buildable objects from the Marvel Universe. We have this small little Spider-Man drone, or at least I don't know if this is supposed to represent a set of any type. We have some small guns over here, and we also have some more guns, I'm pretty sure, up here, using those binocular pieces. I don't really know what else to think about this. Of course, the color scheme gives it away that this has to go to Spider-Man with the red and blue, or maybe it could go to Captain Marvel, and maybe same thing goes for this present, though of course that star definitely gives it away. And of course, LEGO loves to make different types of vehicles and things that are red and blue to go along with Spider-Man. We also get a small build for the helicarrier, which I don't really care for a lot of the small builds. Maybe at least one or two of these are actually really great, but this I don't really care for. Originally, I moved these to the side and said that this was a car, at least in my picture taking of this particular vehicle. Gosh, this build is just asking for me to take it apart and put these pieces in my collection. Really like getting that Nexonite shield in that dark blue. And we also get 2 of these 1x2 triangular plate pieces there just to add to the collection. We also get a pretty lame build of the Quinjet, which honestly I don't like how this turned out, especially like the back of it. I mean, I guess it's clever use of that handlebar piece just to add on those jet engines from the very back of it. We get these flag pieces for the wings, which you can adjust as you see fit. And we also have the clip piece right here if you want to just lower down the main cockpit area from the front. And of course you get the building on the side, which is very nicely done, but I don't like how this turned out. It just doesn't really feel that great. Maybe they'll do better next year. Who knows what they're gonna do for the Marvel Advent Calendar, because this set definitely sold very well. Another small vehicle that we got has to be a Hulkbuster, because LEGO loves including those. I think it's clever that they put these upside down. I normally would see these as arms the other way, but I think it works even better here. You have some more serving hand pieces for the legs down here, which are also attached to these cone pieces in that dark red. Lots of very nice dark red colors. A little bit of gold adds some touch to this, as well as that translucent blue for the reactor core. We use this prison hat here for the head of the Hulkbuster, which is another very clever part usage. And of course we have a little wind up feature here, so you can wind up this little guy if you really want to show him off in action. Now, probably one of my favorite builds of this set has to be this miniature version of Iron Man's Hall of Armor. I really like getting these nanofigs in dark red, though I would have liked to see some prints here. That would have made this even better. If they could have removed maybe 1 or 2 of the figures that were repeats in this set, not Black Widow, and give us prints on this, I think that would have definitely made this set even better. I think that would have been really cool. We get some translucent blue wall elements here just for like the backing, and we also get some translucent blue studs which have the hole in the center that allow you to actually connect these figures to these pole pieces down there. And we also get a bunch of these hinge plate pieces in order to actually move these around and give you that angular look that you'll see from the back. And the very last build included in the set is for the Avengers Tower, which also seems to feature our only printed piece here of the Avengers A logo. I'm pretty sure this has come in other sets previously, so it's nothing exactly too special, though you do get a pretty nice shine to the blue in the A right there. We also use a frying pan as like the landing pad, which I think is very clever part usage. We get a little antennae at the top using a lever piece. We have a lot of building on the side. You round it out from that point. And you can also see that we use the very center of this piece in order to connect the top of the tower with that building on the side. Again, lots and lots of that. Overall, I think LEGO did a pretty nice job with a lot of the mini builds in here, though some of them weren't that great. Definitely the minifigure selection makes up for it. So overall, for $40, is this set worth it? I mean, I definitely think the minifigure selection is the star of this set. You get 2 brand new and exclusive minifigures with prints, that being Iron Man with that sweater piece, and Spider-Man modeled after his appearance in Homecoming. The other big selling point of this set has to be the inclusion of the Infinity Gauntlet with all of the Infinity Stones. I think it's really crazy that they included that within an advent calendar. It's definitely one of the bigger selling points, especially considering that set that includes Thanos this year. That set was definitely missing that piece, and I'm really happy that I finally have an Infinity Gauntlet with all of the Infinity Stones, not having to buy 6 different sets in order to get all of them. It's really, really great. And now when it comes to all the other builds in this set, definitely some of them are a little weird. You get some mini builds of different sets, which I think are okay. though they definitely can improve upon a lot of the building techniques in here. Hopefully next year we see an advent calendar based off one of the new Disney Plus shows. Definitely would like to see something based off Hawkeye. Would love to see something based off the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Those are just some small things that I would love to see next year. Maybe a whole Disney Plus theme for the advent calendar. Maybe that's something that they can do, considering we saw an advent calendar only this year for The Mandalorian. I think it's definitely an option for LEGO to make advent calendars based off the Disney Plus shows. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, what your thoughts are on this set. Also remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so every time I upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!